Hello. So this is a ukulele beginner video because I have a couple students who don't have time after school or are too far away. So before we get going, this will be absolutely step one, day one style. And today I'm using, it looks kind of probably bigger than what you've got. This is a tenor size ukulele and I'm really digging it. It's, here's a free plug. It's an Enya brand, and I just got it this last week, and I love it. And the bag it came with was super nice, and had a little tuner with it, and a couple picks for good measure. So I think it was like $70 or something. So if you decide that you are really kicking butt with your ukulele and want to get a better one, this is a step up. I'm gonna tune real quick. If you don't have one of these, I think they're like $4 on eBay. So it's not an awful idea because it has like, if you're not real good at listening and your ears can't quite tell, it has a green means go arrow. Ah, and see it lit up green, so that means I'm good to go now. That one lit up green. Not green. All right, we're in business. So after you get done with the tuning, the string should be roughly here. And when you're first getting going, you'll have to tune more often because your strings have to stretch out. So the body of the uke, your fretboard, your head, this first bar here is called the net. And then I'm going to refer to the strings as the one that's down low. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your finger numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I might say something like, put your third finger, 1, 2, 3, on the third fret, 1, 2, 3, on the first string, 1, boom, there it is. And that actually will be the first chord, which is a C chord. So as we get going, be prepared for those terminologies because I know that you can't always see really well. Okay? So to get going, I'm using a pick. You can use your thumb. You can use your fingers kind of in a pinchy. Whatever's comfortable for now. Make sure that when you're playing, you're going to be tempted to turn your instrument kind of up so you can see your fingers. Don't do it. Just don't. Don't do it. Keep it up against your belly. And try to keep your fingers nice and curved at all times. I call it being up on your tippy toes so that you're playing with this top part of your finger. If otherwise, you'll end up laying it down and it'll get kind of funky sounding. So let's just make this C chord, which is your third finger, third fret, first string. I'm going to pick, and we're going to go very gently, and we're going to do each string kind of slow. Please notice that I'm not strumming directly over the sound hole here. I'm coming up a little bit towards the fret bar. And then we're going to go a little faster, until we get that nice pretty strum. You want to go all the way through, top string to bottom string. Good? Are you good? Okay, so then you can do a down strum, which is top to bottom, and then an up strum. So we're gonna do that now. So we're going down, and then up, and then down, kind of like Mr. Miyagi on Karate Kid, and then up, down, up. It's not really funny. It's actually pretty funny. And get going a little faster. Why would I have you practice that? Well, because I have these things called strumming patterns later. And so your song that you're working on might say, down, down, up, up, down. Or down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. For me, the strumming patterns are harder than the changing my fingers to the chords. So I'm covering this first, because to me it was the hardest part. Some of you are probably smarter than me. It just wouldn't be fair to the world if I was super smart, good looking, and talented, and funny. So I can only have several of those qualities. All right. So down, down, up, 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 down. Take a second. Push pause on me. Get good at that strum pattern. Okay, now you're good at that strum pattern. So we're going to learn a second chord, which is going to be F. For the F chord, we're going to take the pointer first finger, finger number 1, into the first fret, and we're going to count up 2 strings. 1, 2. And we're going to poke it and make sure that our finger is on its tippy toes, nice and tall, that I'm not laying it down on any other strings, okay? And then with our middle finger, finger number 2, we're going to have to stretch, and that'll feel awkward, especially if you have small hands like me, all the way to the 2nd fret, top string, string number 4. So finger number 3, fret number 2, string number 4. And that is our F chord. And if I pluck individual strings, it will sound like this. Well, I laid down, so I'm going to make it ringier. And then I'm going to strum straight through at normal speed. Okay? So now practice your down, down, up pattern with an F chord. Down, down, up, 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 down. Now we're going to do 4 of the down, down, up pattern on F chord, and then we're going to switch to C chord. So you're going to want your 3rd finger kind of hovering nearby that C chord string, which is 3rd fret, 1st string. And that way you can kind of just rock. So here's my F chord, here's my C chord, and back to my F chord. I'm rocking it back up, and then to my C chord, and then to my F chord, and then to my C chord. So here is 4 of the down, down, up patterns. I've got my C chord started first, I guess, and then I'll rock to F. So 1, 2, and 2, 2, and 3, 2, and 4, switch, and 1, 2, and 2, 2, and 3, 2, and 4, rock, and 1, 2, and 2, 2, and 3, 2, and 4, switch, and 1, 2, and 2, 2, and 3, 2, and 4, stop, and okay. So you can go between the F chord and the C chord by now, I hope. Miss I, this is so boring. I know, just do it. You'll thank me later for making you learn to use your fingers, okay? So with this, we can do the first little bit of You Are My Sunshine. So find your C chord. 3rd fret, 3rd finger, 1st string. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. Okay, I think we play it 8 times. You are my sunshine, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, 7. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. So I've gone back and forth. The first one was 8 on C, and then I went back and forth with 4 strums on each one, and those are simple down strums. Let's try that again. 8, 4, 4, 4. We're alternating between C and F. Starting with C. You are my 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 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 and 1, 2, and G chord, which is new, and we're going to talk about in a second. 1, 2, and back to C. So, the final chord today for this lesson is the G chord. It seems to be the trickiest one for adults and for kids. And to do the G chord, we're going to take the peace fingers, finger number 1, finger number 2, into the 2nd fret. We have to put 2 fingers into the 2nd fret at the same time, and that seems to be what throws people for a whirl. And so your 2nd finger, your middle finger, is on 2nd fret, string 1. Your 1st finger is on 2nd fret, string 3. Ta-da! And then this is where people just really get their minds blown. We take our 3rd finger, our ring finger, and we go to the 3rd fret, 2nd string. So it kind of makes an arrow with this knuckle going diagonal towards you. And it sounds like this in slow motion. And then at regular speed. And we only play it for 2 strums in this song. So let's start at the very beginning of You Are My Sunshine. We only use that G chord when we get to the very end. So I'll go real slow when we get to that part. C chord, 3rd finger, 3rd fret, 1st string. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me switch happy when switch are gray. Switch, you'll never know, dear, how much I love you. 2 times, please don't. F, 2, and G. 1, 2, 1 strum on C to finish it. C. Now I'm just going to sing the words and you can try to keep up. I'll go pretty slow. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You'll make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. So now you can stop, go, pause, repeat, whatever you need to do. See you at school on Monday.